In 2014 and 2015, STV launched local TV channels for Edinburgh and Glasgow and was a success, first bringing back local TV to Scotland outside BBC One, 2, Alba and STV Central and North. So this is the story. I'm Brody from Look Around Scottish.
And I'm Leland from LelandDJF, and this is Remembering STV Glasgow and STV Edinburgh in a joint between LelandDJF and Look Around Scottish. Subscribe to Look Around Scottish and let's go on with it. TV in Scotland right now is all different compared to when these channels launched. Right now we have BBC One, BBC Scotland, BBC Alba and then STV, the ITV franchise for Scotland, where the channel could become a national channel across Scotland, thanks to STV planning on replacing their North of Scotland programme and Central Scotland programme with a single news programme from Glasgow. But it was the same as we have now. Between 1999 and 2005, there was another channel called LTV, or Lanarkshire Television, airing in the Lanarkshire area and being Scotland's first local TV channel. But this fell apart and was a failure. The failure of LTV was due to several financial problems, struggling with unpaid staff salaries, and over ambitions, problems, management. Other channels in Scotland were Channel 6 Dundee, and Lanarkshire TV became Thistle TV, and then that closed in 2005. And that was the end of local TV channels, and we, for good measures, relied on channels like BBC Scottish and Grampian Television.
In 2012, Ofcom launched a blending for licences in Glasgow and Edinburgh. Edinburgh News Network, Metro E Edinburgh, Metro E Glasgow, Made in Edinburgh, Made in Glasgow, and Glasgow TV, and two unrecognizable names popped up too, such as GTV and ETV, all came together to bid for those licences. And in 2013, the bid of Glasgow and Edinburgh licences went to GTV and ETV. But you realise that STV was behind GTV and ETV, so they won the licence to launch ETV and GTV in 2013. And however, the channel was delayed until 2014, with GTV being renamed as STV Glasgow, and we launched at 6:30 PM on Monday, June 2nd, and we'd be airing straight after Glasgow STV News at 6 concluded, and ITV Evening News aired on STV as usual. The channel, which launched with their talk show called The Riverside Show, presented by David Farrell, who left Bauer Media in 2014, and was by as Romeo and presented Scotland in Demand show, which Cross Blair Colin Stone also featured in episode 2.
So then in 2015, they launched the STV Edinburgh channel, launching at 7 PM with the Fountain Bridge show presented by Hayley Matthews and Ewan Cowan. Ewan has also presented shows such as The Late Show in the later years on STV Edinburgh, Glasgow and STV2, and will present STV's Radio Breakfast show after Ewan Cowan and Kat Harvey left Bauer Media with Simon Ross's Greatest Hits at Breakfast, expanding to Scotland after Scotland was the last local breakfast and local show on Greatest Hits Radio. STV introduces Wayne's World, a kids block similar to how ITV does with CITV on ITV2, containing Scottish kids programming, and as well as extra news services for STV News in Glasgow and Edinburgh, as well as an STV News at 10, which actually was aired on the STV channel during the Scottish independence referendum. Also on STV Edinburgh and Glasgow were archived documentaries and drama and etc. like former STV programming. STV eventually extended the timings of STV Glasgow and STV Edinburgh in March 2015. While you assume the failure of LTV was continued on these channels, STV Edinburgh and STV Glasgow was actually a success. With these channels having 1 million viewers, this meant that the launch brought over 100 new advertisers and tried to buy cost-effective advertising packages for local business across the areas.
STV even bidded for Aberdeen, Ayr, Dundee, so bringing back local TV in Dundee, since Channel 6 Dundee was a no-brainer. And in March of that year, Ofcom awarded the licenses to STV, and we could assume that we'll see STV Aberdeen, which is probably gonna get rid as I'm recording of this. STV Dundee and STV Ayr do not exist. Well, they don't exist now, but they launched in mid-2015 to 2016, but that it didn't happen, and licenses were merged with the existing Glasgow and Edinburgh channels to form STV2 and the National Scottish Channel. And while at names that were confirmed, such as Aberdeen View from the Bridges and Ayrshire Today, which doesn't obviously exist because Ayr STV doesn't have any studios. If the channels were launched though, but in fact STV had spilled the beans into what the name would be, and it was gonna be names we assumed channels would launch as such, since STV replied to a guy on X saying the following: there is no STV channel. No, there is no STV Dundee channel licenses, so we can confirm that if STV launched these channels prior to STV, then probably would have had STV Dundee anyways. But that never happened, and instead we got STV2, and good lord, STV2 was failing now if. If you want to see how the failure of STV2 was, well, you can see it here on this channel.
So that is it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like and subscribe. And for me and Brody here, goodbye and peace out. LelandDJF Scottish TV Thoughts is a property owned by the LelandDJF network, made for the Scottish channel Look Around Scottish.